Congratulations, Paul, I suppose, on a fantastic second half performance. You said to me last week you wanted to see what Kettering were like when they fell behind. You certainly had a Jekyll and Hyde performance today. Whatever you said at half-time must have worked. And in the end, why didn't we win 5-4?
Yeah, it's a bit of a surreal game. Probably thought it might happen at some point. First half performance never got going. We tried to play football, nice pretty football on a pitch that was just borderline playable. They seemed to have more hunger, desire. They applied themselves better, and we were second best all over the pitch. And probably one or two words said at half time, harsh words, the truth though, because I believe in being totally honest with players. But I asked them all the words I said, just make sure you chuck them down my throat second half, and they did that. The second half performance was immense. The majority of people that see the score at half time, really see it took a miracle to come back.
I did forecast 3-3 at full time.
Right. Well, I mean, if you even look at it, the goal from our corner, the fourth goal was sloppy, and these are all the little bad habits that that are still in there as a squad, and that we're trying to work hard to kind of eradicate. And it's all it is with the players. It's a state of mind. I sensed it today. There was something about it, the build up to the game, that just something wasn't quite right. We wasn't as concentrated probably as we should have been. And sometimes that comes from we've developed a little bit of confidence now, but we can't become arrogant. We're not good enough at this minute to be arrogant. The table, tells us we're not good enough to be arrogant. And what I've said to them is we will always have to now try and prove something. We can't afford to turn up for 45 minutes and expect to win a football match. But I always like to end on a positive. I thought the second half performance was magnificent. The way we ran, the way we battled, the chances we created, and I believe, Paul, that we really should have won the game in the end.
Panicked, didn't they, in the end? I mean, they were just hooking balls away. We had a penalty, I think, in my opinion. I'm biased, but...
I thought it was a penalty. Lyndon, to be fair, I don't know if it was a great goal line, because the little man put in a shift again today. We've worked them really hard second half, and that's the mindset that we're trying to create as a group. And once again, a special mention to the supporters, because when the first goal went in, I keep saying to the players and my staff is that if we do our part, these fans will back us 100%, and they've made some noise behind that goal.
Pandemonium, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was absolutely fantastic. It was reminiscent of 20 years ago. I know some of them wouldn't have been there 20 years ago, but yeah, it was fantastic.
We were in the studio, and Ed in the director's chair there, he fell off the chair, almost broke his leg in celebration. I was in here, we were going berserk. It was incredible.
But to be fair though, Paul, we shouldn't be sort of celebrating drawing a game,
no.
If that makes sense. And that's what I want to get across to people, is that our first half of performance wasn't acceptable.
You said something last week about complacency. Do you think that did creep in a little bit?
Yeah, look, we've taken a group from rock bottom psychologically to feeling really good about themselves, and sometimes, especially with some of the, I'm not saying it's the younger players, but as a human, sometimes you become a little bit complacent and I would say a tad arrogant. We've won two really good games. The one at Guiseley and the one here at Bradford, which was convincing. We've scored a lot of goals again. My job's now is to make sure that everyone's feet is kept firmly on the floor, because at the minute we haven't achieved anything, and that's the thing I'm just trying to get across to the players, because the table doesn't lie. We're still down there. We've still got a lot of battles to overcome, and if we show that kind of first half mindset, we'll lose football matches. As simple as that. If we show the second half and get that consistency in our mindset and our game, then we'll not become a bad little footballing team, to be fair.
I think it all hinged really on Callum Roberts. I mean, he marshalled it in the first half, and once you made a tactical move and brought on, I think, Richards on to suss him out a little bit and sort of fielded him down quite a bit, then it all went Kettering's way. Up until that point, his hat-trick goal was fantastic.
Well, he's a fabulous footballer for this level of football, and one I don't think will be around at this level of football. you know, I mean, he's got a great background anyway, but someone who's got that ability doesn't really hang around at this level. He's capable of playing in the Football League. But saying that, we knew about him, we planned for him, and you want players to carry out the game plan. So it didn't work. The kid's a fabulous footballer, but I'd rather be sitting here talking that we won 4-0 and the kid's not had a touch, rather than talking about how good he is, because as much as he's a good footballer, he shouldn't really been having the time and space that he's had on that pitch today, because it wasn't really
conducive to good football.
Yeah, it wasn't conclusive to good football. But look, the positives are
nice for young Mitford also to come on and get the equaliser in 90 minutes. Must do his confidence the world of good. I mean, the fans went ballistic, we went ballistic, and I know the bench went ballistic. And again, we should have probably won 5-4 in the end. I mean, how do you feel? Are you disappointed, frustrated, or I won't say exhilarated because we drew, but how do you feel at the moment inside?
I've got mixed emotions, Paul, if I'm honest. I knew it was going to happen. I knew, when I've done interviews in the past, and we've had 2 very good results, and player performances have been very good, but I anticipate the wobble. I anticipate the little downturn in performance levels, downturn in energy, and that's what I'm sort of anticipating now going forward. I've had a lot of questions about why have you not brought any people in, and my answer's always been the same. It's that these players will dictate who I bring in and who I let go. It doesn't matter to me winning 1 football match and losing 4. That's not what I'm in it for. I've always put together squads that are consistent and have that consistent mindset that they can go and win consistently, or if they're not going to win, they don't lose. And that I'm hoping that mindset. I'm hoping we've learned something from the first half today. And I thought it was a little bit tad arrogant in our preparation, and we can't afford to do that. It's we're trying to build a football club. We're trying to we're fighting for our survival in this league, and we can't afford to become complacent and take a foot off the pedal and just play for half a game. So hopefully players would have gone home with a massive positive of the way they finished the game. But the learning curve is we can't afford to start like that anymore. The concentration's got to start from 1:30 when they walk into this football club, and then hopefully 6 o'clock when they leave here having won three points and done a good day's work.
We have a rest now from the league. We've got the County Cup game against Wellingborough in midweek. We could probably give you a chance to look at some fringe players in there as well. And then next week a difficult tie against Peterborough Sports. That won't be easy. They're a decent side in their division. A lot of ex-Kettering players in their side. You said to me the week you want to win as many games as possible, FA Trophy included. It'll be a good test.
Yeah, well, I'm just hoping. I'm hoping this game's come at the right time. I'm hoping that first half's come at the right time, because when when we don't do what we're good at, when we think we can work at 90%, not 100%, when we don't follow instructions, we see what happens. Next Saturday will be a real tough game, and if our approach is wrong, if our mindset's wrong, if we think we just turn up and win, then we'll be out the trophy. It's as easy as that. They've got good players. They've done really well. They've already knocked guys out of the FA Cup. So there's that's a warning sign straight. Yeah, Loa. So I'm not underestimating anybody. I've never done it anyway. I've been that underdog. I've been that underdog, and I know what it means to clubs to play against without. This is a sleeping giant here, and they'll want to put our noses out of joint, and they want to kick us out the trophy and have the bragging rights. And for that, there has to be a sense of pride about us. There has to be a sense of pride. We've got to go there and be professional and do the job, and just make sure that we're in the hat for the next round. It's as simple as that.
Okay, Paul, thank you very much for your frankness. Thank you for today's entertainment, and I'll see you again on Tuesday night.
Thanks, Paul.